All right, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Eldora Speedway with the American Thunder Super Late Model Series here, brought to you by Loose Lug Nuts Racing. Tonight's broadcast will be, of course, being done by Exile Broadcasting. Unfortunately, our friends over at ASN unable to make it tonight. Tonight, I believe we're going to have around 15 to 18 car field. Not sure exactly the full extent of that just yet. We've got my co-host and main announcer tonight, Katie Dugas. When she comes back, she'll introduce herself. In the meantime, give you guys a chance to watch some of these guys out here during warm-up. And if we get a chance, we'll talk to some of these drivers if Katie's got a chance while walking down pit road.
I am back.
And there is our broadcaster for this evening, Katie Dugas. Introduce yourself.
All right, y'all. I am Katie Dugas. Normally, you hear me on American Sim Network with the one and only Matt Egan. Tonight, Matt is a little bit under the weather, had a little bit of trouble with the broadcast. Thank so much to Ron for stepping up and being able to help us out tonight to get this on the air for y'all. Definitely going to be an exciting show for you.
All right, and I've told all those out there watching where we're at, what we're doing, because I was not really prepared so much. I'm not sure exactly how many laps we are running tonight. Maybe you will know that.
Looks like we are going to be, I believe it is 50 laps. Oh, 60. I'm sorry.
So we got a 60 lap main event for you folks tonight, and I'm not sure. Maybe Katie's might get a chance to go down there in the pits and grab one of the drivers, kill a few minutes. We got about 4 minutes before qualifying.
Let's grab Jeremy Capron and bring him up. He's our points leader right now, and he is looking mighty fast in that 23 tonight.
Copy that. I'm on. Bring him on up, and I'll let you get it.
Hey, Jeremy, it's Katie. You got a copy on us?
How is it going?
It is going fantastic. You are looking mighty fast in that 23. How's the track feeling?
Incredibly slick.
All right, so is that going to be a good thing or bad for you tonight?
I don't know. I'm struggle busing right now, so we'll have to see.
All right, sir, we're going to let you get back to practice, but you being our points leader, I wanted to jump up and at least wish you good luck tonight.
Alrighty, thanks. I'm gonna need it.
All right, and Jeremy, sorry about that. I wasn't paying attention. I'm in such a hurry tonight. What channel were you down in there?
VLR.
Copy that. Thank you, sir, and good luck to you this
Thanks.
evening.
Thank you.
Alrighty, we've got probably another. Yep, we got about 3 minutes left. So let's grab Brandon Thornhill, see if he's around. He's always fun to talk to.
I hope his
Baton
voice is
Rouge ain't
back.
running.
All right, Brandon Thornhill. This is Ron Klein up in the booth with none other than Katie Dugas, and we wanted to see if we could get a quick word in with you before the race.
My voice is a little scratchy, but I'm good. Go ahead.
Well, Katie was just asking our current points leader what he thought about the track, so we'll ask you the same question. How's the track? How's the car?
Track's coming in good. Eldora is a wall track. You know, it's a rim riding track. That's what I kind of prefer. And the car is actually working out really good so far. I'm really happy.
That's good to know. It looks like you're third on the speed charts during this practice, so that's got to be a little bit promising.
Yeah, it definitely got my confidence up. I am looking forward to tonight, though. It feels good running at Eldora. It's one of my preferred tracks. A lot of people don't like the place, but I love it.
Alrighty, well, with that, we're going to let you go. Best of luck to you tonight, sir, and we're going to babble back and forth with each other and finish up a minute and a half to go, and wish you the best of luck.
Appreciate it, Ron. Y'all have a good one, man.
All right, that was Brandon Thornhill. Happens to be our Friday night organizer for doing these races. Katie, what can we expect tonight?
I think tonight you're gonna, like he said, you're gonna see a lot of that wall ride. We have some bigger guys in here. You know, we get a bunch of guys from Team VLR and D1RT that come in, you know, and it shakes up our regular field a little bit. You know, you have Jeremy Capron, our points leader right now after 4 weeks. Brandon Thornhill sitting in second, Corey Tuggle in third, Justin Six sitting in fourth, and our very own Randy Arms sitting in fifth, who is, I think, broadcasting at Indy tonight.
Very nice. So, not real. I'm not familiar with the entire field. I do know the 236 on asphalt is very quick. He is number one on the board. Teach me or teach the fans who's the who are the quick guys? Who needs to worry about who tonight?
I think you need to worry about all of them, tell you the truth. Cole Cabre, I actually just finished an interview with Pit Pass, taking you a little bit beyond the wheel. Usually when you hear Cabre, you hear, you know, his brother's name. So this is the youngest brother. He loves to run the dirt stuff, and, you know, we were just beyond excited he came to Loose Lug Nuts. But Brandon Thornhill is extremely fast. Jeremy Capron runs with Team VLR. You know, like I said, I don't think you count out anybody tonight, but Thornhill is looking mighty promising in that 68.
There you go, fans. We are getting ready to head into qualifying. We're going to wait and see who gets out on track, and we'll be grabbing them as they come up on track. Looks like we got quite a few of them jumping up. I'm on Nathan Kassler right now. Nope, take that back. We're going to go to Topper Dugas. Sporting
Ron,
the pit
I'm
pass.
not sure if you have seen Six Pack, but he has got a throwback scheme tonight.
I have seen it.
I am digging it.
I like it too. As he gets into the wall going through 1 and 2, this is going to be no good for this lap. Now, I do believe they have 5 laps to qualify.
They have
so
3.
3 laps. So, okay, so that lap is no good. There we go for the second lap. We'll see what he does. Throws it in kind of low. Loses a little bit of momentum coming off of 2. Brings it down the back stretch. Halfway. Turns a pretty decent lap. We'll see where that lands him on the board. Not showing up in the top 3 yet, so as it cycles through, not seeing him in the top 3 yet.
No, he is turning a 17.159, which is actually really low down on the speed charts. Nathan Kassler laid down a 16.410 as your leader right now, with Trey Galgun right behind him with a 16.616.
I am being able to show the results of the qualifying right now, but I'm not being able to show the time. So these are even though it's the unofficial results, this is the easiest way to show it. Or I can even throw up the top 5 there, and that'll do that there. So Topper not having the greatest of runs. Let's check out AJ Cruz. Looks like AJ is just starting his run, maybe coming to a timed lap this time. Gets it way sideways in that turn. Gonna be very difficult to turn a quick lap. Looks like he turned a 17.045 the last lap. Don't expect much better this lap.
Look at Cole Cabre coming in with a 16.305.
Jump to Cole. Jumping down to Cole. He is taking the bottom line around the track. He did turn to 16.305 that last time. We'll see if he improves on that.
Man, to be that high up top, I don't know if I need to improve anymore.
He did improve, not by much, but he ran a 16.288. And he shut off the engine and cruised. Brandon Thornhill out there. Now, we said he ran 3rd in practice. Having a difficult time. He is currently back in 13th position. He ran a 16.868. We'll see if he can improve that time with this lap here.
I'm just glad to hear Brandon's got somewhat of his voice back. That poor guy has sounded rough for the last couple of days.
Either he did not improve, or he is just out there turning laps, trying to get a hold of the track condition right now. So in Gonus, it's like most of our cars have qualified. I'm showing 2 cars, Lane
That
and
would be me.
Keith Haney. I'm not sure if Keith is even in the room.
It is showing he disconnected.
So all of our cars have put down their qualifying laps. About 50 seconds left. We can just kind of chat about the qualifying results. We got Cole Cabre going to be taking the pole. Nathan Castor taking the second outside pole. Russell Brown, Trey Galgan, Jeremy Caprone, Joey Lamb, Alex McCollum, Trevor Brownlee, and Justin Sick. Now that Justin Sick is the first name that actually that's not true. I am familiar with Trey Galgan in 4th. Justin is in 9th. Dylan is in 10th. These are names that I'm familiar with. So quite a few of these names I'm not very familiar with, Katie. So I'm hoping you're going to have a lot of information for the fans tonight about these other drivers.
A lot of these guys run dirt with us, and like I said, some of them are some pretty significant names among the dirt community. So, it's going to be good for sure.
All right, as we have completed qualifying, the boys are starting to grid. Looks like we have our first car gridded up. That being the, let's get a little better. Go to a blimp view and see. Okay, there we go. We're looking at our pole sitter, Cole Cabre. I'm not sure if it's gonna do the grid properly or not, but here we go, folks. If the grid is incorrect, I do apologize, and we'll know right away if it is or not.
I can read them off for you if you want, Ron.
Go ahead, because this is not correct.
All right. It doesn't look like everybody's on the grid yet, but starting in first, we have Cole Cabre, outside, Trey Galgon, Alex McCullum in 3rd, Dylan Gonas in 4th, Brandon Thornhill in 5th, and Keith Haney in 6th.
That is what I am showing. You know what? That's why it's the heat racing. That I forgot about that. So that's why it's not doing it properly. It was trying to do it like a feature race would. So our first heat, I forgot, folks. Our first heat race of the evening.
It's all right. We can call it radio style just to get our viewers an idea of what's going on at home.
So tonight I'll be jumping in here and there with maybe some questions, a little bit of information, whatnot. But Katie's going to be making most of the calls tonight. I'm going to be running the camera, so whatever she's talking about, I'm going to be pointing the camera at that and getting the best action for you guys out there that we possibly get.
And like I said, once again, Ron, we appreciate this so much coming through at the last minute like this.
Not a problem.
All right, lights are out on the pace truck. He is going to duck off, and Cole Cabre is going to waste no time bringing us to green. Side by side, Trey Galgon and Alex McCullum. Look at that number 5 ducking low. Here comes Brandon Thornhill moving up in the world, quick like in a hurry, now in 4th. Cole Cabre is kind of going to shake it down the wall a little bit. Stay kind of running this midline. Considering it's extremely slick like this, Brandon Thornhill felt mighty confident that he is running that top line like a pro. Alex McCollum now in 2nd. Look at Dylan Gonas has done moved up to 3rd, side by side with the 49 of Trey Galgon. 3 wide as Brandon Thornhill comes in for some action, leaving Gonas right in the middle. Galgon's going to take that pass for right now. Never mind. That was Brandon Thornhill, guys. Cole Cabre still holding on to a pretty significant lead out there over Alex McCullum. Brandon Thornhill still sitting in third. Galgon and Gonez are going to be side by side coming through. Dylan goes for the slider. And can Galgon come back with a crossover? Yes, he can. Let's see what Dylan's got coming out of this turn. If he can try to make that one stick again. Thornhill still running high on the top line, looking nice and handsome up there. Coming around, looks like 3 more times to go. Looks like our top 4 are going to go to the feature here. Since we missed one going to the show, we are only going to have to cut 1 driver tonight. And Gonez and Galgon are fighting for everything they've got back there. Nice run there by Dylan, still kind of running that mid-line. Galgon looks to have fallen off just a little bit. Maybe he's going to try a slider here, coming around with 1 more time to go under the flag stand. And Dylan Gonez is maybe even going to make a pass here on Thornhill.
Momentum's going to get the better of him here. Brandon Thornhill running that high line, I believe, is going to have enough momentum. Oh, as there's a little bit of contact, but Dylan is able to keep going. Unfortunately, Trey did save it, though.
So Cole Cabre is going to bring us to the checkered, followed by Alex McCullum, Brandon Thornhill, Dylan Gonez, and Trey Galgon will round out your top 5. 4 going to the feature. Getting ready for Heat 2. Looks like sitting on your pole is going to be Nathan Kassler. To his outside, Jeremy Capron. Trevor Brownlee sitting in 3rd. Frank Gonzalez sitting in 4th. And AJ Cruz sitting in 5th as I am piloting the 212 of Lane Dugas tonight.
All right, as we get ready for our second heat race here, quite a good battle there for 3rd, 4th, and 5th place, Katie. I think you can't get much better racing than that. If we see that in the feature race throughout the field, we're in for a treat.
I think you're actually going to see that not only for the first heat, but the second heat, the third heat, and the feature.
All right, fans out there, hold on to your boots because we're about to go racing in the second heat race here. We've named off the drivers that are going to be out there. Katie's going to be calling it. I'm going to be trying to get the best angles and making sure I don't miss anything for you guys out there watching. Hopefully we can put on a good race here like we did in that first heat race. I was really impressed with how well the drivers, even though there was some contact, they were able to save it and not get turned around. And I don't think cautions would be on anyways, but really impressed with the driver ability out here tonight.
Yeah, that's definitely something you're going to see on the dirt side. I mean, these guys can make some miraculous recovers, and we've seen it week in, week out. And, you know, there's definitely not a shortage of it any week here at Lugnuts.
Big shout out there to the Taz man posting up there on YouTube land. Thanks for joining in, Taz. Hope you enjoy the show tonight.
All right, coming around turn 3, Pace Truck's fixing to duck off. Nathan Kassler is going to bring us to green, but I think the one you need to keep your eye on is right behind him in that 23 of Jeremy Capron. He fires off nice. Trevor Brownlee's got a really good run going right there. I'm surprised Capron went kind of high there, but you know, Brownlee is definitely not one I want to see, you know, door to door there. But hey, if, you know, these guys are going to put it on for us.
As we do have a breakaway with your leader, Nathan Kassler, kind of just out and scooting away. It seems that bottom line is really the way to go early on. We'll see what happens later in this developing race, but nice battle going on for second and third and fourth.
Yeah, they're going to be 2 by 2 right here through the back of the field. Capron's going to drop to the bottom, get that pass. Looks like we have one spinning in the back. I think that was Frank Gonzalez, but he's going to recover right away.
He put on a huge slider in front of AJ Cruz, and I'm not sure, but I think AJ may have hooked him a little bit.
Jeremy Capron sitting now in second. Like I said, this guy has had quite a luck whenever it came to this. He finished third our first week, second our second week, and won our third, and is, like I said, sitting on top in points. So he's feeling pretty confident, and I bet he felt pretty good going into the race. Even though it's slick, you know, this is going to wear down a good bit, build up that cushion a little bit up top, and I think it's going to make for some insane racing.
This heat getting a little more spread out than our first heat race. Not a lot of action to show you. 4 laps to go. Your leader, Nathan Kassler, kind of pulling away. Got a good bit of distance between him and second place. I can probably actually bring up driver, and that should show you. Yeah, he's 1.8 seconds back from the leader.
And you've got a whole almost 3 seconds back to third. So yeah, they're going to be running pretty much single file. Probably not going to see much passing in this one. So I'm thinking with, you know, one more time around, I think this is going to be how everybody finishes.
Nathan Kassler taking the white flag here. 1 to go. Getting it done on the bottom side.
Jeremy Capron cruises nice on into second. Trevor Brownlee third. And it looks like AJ Cruz will be sitting in fourth, followed by Frank Gonzalez sitting in fifth.
All right, and looks like some of the drivers are starting to grid up for the final heat race. I believe it's the final heat race.
Yes, sir. Looks like 4 and 5 were skipped. You do have the actual World 100 going on at Eldora tonight, so it's still a pretty good turnout of cars tonight for us.
Copy that as we see them rolling out onto the racetrack.
Looks like Russell Brown Jr. is going to be your pole sitter outside. Joey Lamb, Justin Six sitting in third. Topper Dugas sitting right outside in fourth, with Timothy Bradburn sitting in fifth.
Apologies out there, Tasman, for the in-car. I did forget to turn that up when I'm racing. I don't usually have the in-car very loud, so apologies for that. Kind of threw this together in a hurry, but try to remember that for next time. I'm going to do the same thing. We're going to jump in with our leader. We're going to go right inside that cockpit. Actually, we'll go gyro cam this time.
All right, pace truck's gonna drop down. Green flag, we're racing. Russell Brown off to a nice start, side by side. Joey Lamb, Justin Sick. Topper Dugas now side by side with Timothy Bradburn. Justin Sick's gonna dive it way low, which is kind of his comfort zone. Russell Brown still nice lead out front. Topper Dugas trying the high side. Tim Bradburn going extremely low. 2 by 2 and second through fifth. Justin Sick loses a spot right there to Joey Lamb. Timothy Bradburn coming up hard behind him. Russell Brown is off to a really nice start, almost a second in front of our pack. Oh, lots of contact there in the back. Well, maybe we didn't shake enough dust off of that Brewster Baker machine before we pulled it out on track. But hey, he still got it going.
The 17 car, not sure if he got help. I went to the left front suspension on that one, and either he ducked it too low and caught the wall, or got a little help and got in the wall, one or the other.
Justin Sick can always come back with a recovery. Russell Brown still your leader. Looks like Joey Lamb and Timothy Bradburn still going to be trying to battle it out for second. Tauber Dugas kind of riding that top line, still sitting in fourth. Justin Sick must decide to retire it for the night, maybe have some significant damage on that 17 machine. Russell Brown still your leader. Looks like 2 more times around at the stripe. Joey Lamb and Timothy Bradburn still as close as you can for second. Not quite door to door, but he's giving him a run for sure. Russell Brown still your leader. Joey Lamb still in second. Timothy Bradburn still no change up, sitting in third. Tauber Dugas kind of way behind. Like I said, we're sorry, Justin. We hate to see you retire for the night, but we know for sure you'll be back probably tomorrow night for the Xfinity Series. Coming around to the checkered flag, it's going to be Russell Brown, Joey Lamb, Timothy Bradburn, and Tauber Dugas round out your top 4 for heat race number 3.
All right, looks like we got about 5 minutes of practice time out there for those who advanced to the main. Going to see those cars out here practicing, getting used to the track changes, and probably a pretty important thing here, Katie, for them to get out there and see what has changed from the heat races till now.
Yeah, this is fairly new to let the tracks roll over like this. And, some of the guys kind of questioned it a little bit in the beginning. But, for our past 4 weeks, like I said, we've been to Knoxville, Volusia, Lanier, and Charlotte. And every time it is made for just absolutely great racing. So, yeah, it might be a little bit of something to get used to. But, it seems these guys put on a better show for us this way, in my opinion.
Copy that. Unfortunately, I have not been able to catch much. Been busy with real life, but I will definitely take your word for it. I wouldn't see it any other way.
Yeah, these guys never cease to amaze us. I just kind of sit back and I get to watch from basically the back seat, watching these guys. But, some of the moves that they make and recoveries and slide jobs and crossovers, I mean, I don't know how they do it.
It is definitely a skill. It may be a simulator, but it is still a skill.
I've only been in the iRacing world per se since March, and I've seen that seat time and wheel time makes such a difference when it comes to this, because personally I've watched Top come so far, just wanting to start out with the dirt side, evolving into asphalt racing. It's amazing to watch how much practice actually goes into the skill that some of these drivers have.
And it's kind of crazy how some of them kind of have a more natural ability than others.
Yeah, I definitely don't have it, so I'm not even going to try to lie and say that. I'm curious to see how many of these guys are going to start trying this top side. As we see a lot more rubber being laid down up there. I think this bottom is just going to start to wear off, and they're just going to start riding that top side just more and more as this race goes on.
It'll be interesting to see if it stays up there or if towards the end the top end, the top of the track is so used up that somebody might try to go back down low and find something down there.
Trying to think of how many actual racers we have in here other than top, kind of semi-retired since we moved up to this lovely tundra up here in Wisconsin. I know Brandon Thornhill just got a race car. This is actually a copy of Dylan Gomez, our friend from the Great White North up there in Saskatchewan, Canada. This is a copy of his hobby stock. And like I said, I'm trying to think of who else might race, outside of iRacing.
I'm not familiar with a lot of these guys other than like Brandon Thornhill. I'm pretty familiar with him, and I know you guys had done some racing, but other than that, I wouldn't even begin to fathom.
Yeah, it's definitely a whole nother world. I wish you could get the smell of the gas fumes through iRacing for sure, and the dirt in your nachos per se. But I know personally walking into Eldora for the first time, that is one of the most unbelievable feelings you will ever feel in this world. That has by far been the most exciting track I have ever been to. We got to go to the World a few years back. Other than maybe the Dream, that's, like I said, Eldora is just a phenomenal place. The facility is unbelievable. Tony Stewart has definitely done wonders for that place.
There's a lot of those tracks around that are, they don't have a high level of attention, but some of the best racing you're gonna find out there. In the late 80s and early 90s, my father owned a dirt track, and the preparation that he put into that track and the racing that we got out of it was unreal.
Yeah, some of these, I'm going to call them mom and pop type tracks. I mean, that's where you see the most heart poured into, in my opinion. Looks like checkered flag's going to be waving, and we are going to be getting ready to grid up here shortly.
All right, drivers are starting to take the grid. I'm gonna see if the grid will work this time. And it does look like it is going to go off this time. So without further ado, you probably have the same information up in front of me. You call them off and I'll roll through the grid.
All right, looks like our pole sitter for the night is none other than the 236 of Cole Cabre. To his outside, Nathan Kassler sitting in third, Russell Brown Jr., Alex McCullum's coming in fourth. Our points leader, Jeremy Capron, sitting in fifth. Joey Lamb to his outside, sitting in sixth. Brandon Thornhill starts seventh. Trevor Brownlee coming in eighth. Timothy Bradburn will start ninth alongside Dylan Gomez in that 111 machine. AJ Cruz right behind, next to the 33 of Topper Dugas, Trey Galgon, Frank Gonzalez, and I believe that will round out our field.
Alrighty, folks. 60 laps here at Eldora Speedway to get it done and crown ourselves an Eldora champion. I feel like Eldora is one of those tracks like a Daytona, you go somewhere and you don't go to Darlington, you don't hear somebody say, I'm a Darlington champion. But if you went to Daytona, you say, you hear people say Daytona champion. I feel like Eldora is kind of like one of those tracks. It's like a Super Bowl of racing.
It is. To see the world go there every year, the Dream, same thing. To be crowned either, champion of the Dream or the world, to me, personally, that is bigger than, maybe a World of Outlaws championship. But that's my outlook coming in. Pace truck's going to go down. Looks like Cole Cabre is going to fire early, way out front. Nathan Kassler almost, look at this. We are 3 wide for second as Kassler, Brown, and McCullum
Thornhill is in a three-way battle here as well. A little bit of contact, keeping it straight. Thornhill up into the wall, keeps it going straight.
Like I said, how some of these guys can recover from this is just absolutely phenomenal to me. I'm surprised we're not seeing more right around the bottom. But like I said, I think as long as this track keeps wearing in, you're going to see them, kind of migrate up to the top a little bit.
Yep, two distinct lines going on right now. You see Cole Cabre running down there at the bottom. The number 5 car running the bottom as well, but Nathan Kassler running the top side. As Cabre starts to kind of put a little bit of a gap on second place, I kind of focus in here around the 6th, 7th, 8th positions. Got about 4 cars within striking distance of each other. That being the 75 car of Trevor Brownlee, Thornhill. Oh, we got a somebody hard into the outside wall, and somebody hit the pit wall.
And how we are still green. They're going to keep it rolling.
Not sure how that exactly went down.
That was our leader, Cole Cabre, somehow went, like you said, maybe down towards the pits, maybe got into pit wall. Nathan Kassler, your leader now, over Russell Brown, Jeremy Capron, and Trevor Brownlee.
So that was our first and second place cars now sitting on pit road. Maybe you could take a moment and back it up and find out exactly what happened. I don't really want to take away from the action that we got going on live here. Don't want to miss anything.
I'm actually on it now.
As we actually have a good battle back here towards the back of the pack. Trey Galgan battling it out with Frank Gonzalez. They are going back and forth, back and forth. A little bit of give, a little bit of take there. Move forward through the field. Things are starting to spread out just a little bit. Nathan Kassler out in front by 2.9 seconds. Then you've got a good battle going between Caprone, Brown, and Brownlee.
Looks like our leader there was actually just trying to pull into the pits, and as he dropped low, it looks like Alex McCullum maybe just went a little bit too deep behind him and got into the, the back end of Cabre.
Hate to see that for Cabre. That definitely helps out. Trying to remember this, you said Caprone was the points leader?
He is.
So he is currently sitting in second place. He's definitely under fire. He is not safe by any means, but he is kind of starting to pull away.
Yeah, as long as these guys keep battling it out like that, he's just going to be able to inch away just a little bit more. Nathan Kassler is absolutely dominating this field, though. I mean, a little over 3 seconds over Caprone.
He's been up at the high side the whole time. We saw Cole Cabre and Alex McCullum down there on the bottom. They were making it work. They were pulling away from everybody, with the exception of Nathan. Kassler was, keeping up. But like you said, he's pulled away. It's kind of stabilized a little bit now. Caprone might have that top line figured out. He is losing just a little bit.
Dylan Gone has just pulled one hell of a slider over AJ Cruz, slid a little bit hard up into the wall. They have been swapping places back and forth for 7th and 8th back in the field. There's another pretty difficult battle going on behind them between Topper Dugas and Tim Bradburn. Gonas is going to fall just a little bit behind there, but I think he's going to catch right back up to Cruz and then still maybe try that slider one more time coming under the flag stand.
Unique lines out here from each driver that we look at. Kassler running that top side. Caprone coming in running the top side. Brownlee running mid to low. Thornhill running low. Brown running high. I'm assuming Thornhill must be running low, trying to make a run at Russell Brown. And you got excuse me, Joey Lamb running the high line. AJ Cruz and Dylan Gonis running the low line.
Looks like Brandon Thornhill's going to duck it down just a little bit. Maybe try that pass here on Russell Brown here coming up shortly. He's getting mighty fast back there in at 68. And he's got that Ducati behind him. So Russell Brown's going to drop to the bottom. Maybe this will give Thornhill just a little bit more speed coming around. He's going to drop low, pull a slide on him. Can he make it stick?
He threw it in hard. I do believe he's going to have the position here to stay on the high line. If he can keep the momentum, he's probably got the spot.
Lick a stamp and send it, because that thing is gone. Nathan Kassler just steady moving away from our field.
My apologies to all those of you out there in YouTube land watching. My dog hit my keyboard stand, not keyboard stand up, and somehow brought up Microsoft Office. Sorry about that, but we're back to racing.
Looks like we might be getting into a little bit of lap traffic here. The bottom side is just unbelievably dominant tonight, which is really surprising because this is normally, you know, a top side track. Looks like our leader kind of got into the wall a little bit there. Look like Thornhill going to go for the pass again, drop to the bottom side.
Can't make it work this time, loses a little bit of momentum. Kassler out in front, still dealing with some lap traffic, not slowing him up one bit. He still continues to march away from the second place driver of Jeremy Caprone. He now has a 3.7 second lead. And go on board with the telemetry here. We see Kassler through the corners running about 75, 78 miles an hour down the front stretch. He's getting up to about 117 before he's got to whoa it up.
Halfway in.
Crossed flags halfway through the race here, as Katie just said.
Looks like some of our lap traffic's kind of going to pull to the bottom here and not really give our lead guys too much of a fight. They're pretty much running the high side anyway.
Closest battle on track right now that we have is going to be that of Brandon Thornhill and Trevor Brownlee and or Dylan Gonis. Dylan has stepped up a little bit and pulled away just a little bit further than I had thought. Here comes the leader though. Leader knocking on the back door. That actually gave the leader just a little bit of trouble there.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to slow him up a little bit, but he's going to fire off past him.
Still though, one of the better battles. Brandon Thornhill and Trevor Brownlee. Thornhill's trying to figure out some way to get around him. Doesn't really seem to have it figured out just yet. Yep, still got 24 laps to figure it out though.
you know, if anybody can sit back and try to figure out a line, it's going to be him. But Trevor Brownlee is you know, really fast. He's a really good driver. He's holding a really consistent line, and he's doing a great job holding off Thornhill, which I hate to say because Thornhill's one of my buddies and all. But hey, you know, when it comes to racing, you know, there's not that many friends. You have more enemies.
Truer words have probably never been spoken. As we
are
see
all
the
friends till we
23,
hit the racetrack for sure.
as we see the 23 car of Jeremy Caprone getting into the wall, losing a little bit more time to the leader as he goes by Topper Dugas on the top side. See, the leaders have all pretty much been running that top side.
You know, watching this track in person, you see so many sparks fly off the back of these quarter panels. I don't know how they still have quarter panels by the end of the night, but to see that and the dirt built up all the way along the walls, you know, you can barely read the words Eldora all night long, and you know, it's showing just as true tonight.
As people can see in the on the screen, the graphics, Eldora about halfway buried now, so almost 3/4 in some spots. Give you a quick rundown here. We're going to bring up the top 5. You got your leader Nathan Kessler out front, and Jeremy Crone in second. Trevor Brownlee still holding on to that 3rd position. Brandon Thornhill in 4th. Russell Brown in 5th. Katie, who's in 6th on down?
Looks like we have Joey Lamb sitting in 6th. AJ Cruz 1 lap down, followed by Frank Gonzalez, Dylan Gonas, Topper Dugas, Ray Galgan, and Tim Bradburn.
So got some guys that are a lap down, but they're still fighting with each other on that lap, while you've got the leader putting cars down. Who's the next one here? Joey Lamb? Or did the leader just get by? The leader just got by him. No? Maybe?
He is
Not
shaking
yet.
him off like a bad habit. I'll tell you, these guys must have a workout tonight. 60 laps, I mean, it's got to be working these arms for sure, wheeling it around this track just like this. I mean, looked like Cruz went hard into the wall that time.
Seems like Jeremy Caprone is possibly losing just a little bit of time here. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but it looks like Trevor has no, I'm sorry, my statistics are wrong. There is still about a 4-second gap between 2nd and 3rd, so that's still clear.
There was a really good battle 4-way. It was actually with some lap traffic. Brandon Thornhill hard into the 49 right there.
Looked like Thornhill had made up that distance, and he was going to have a shot to get to that number 75 car of Trevor Brownlee, but that lap car really kind of threw him off, and there's a good sized gap now between those two.
Yeah, I'm not, you know, iRacing and body damage to me don't speak as much as they would in real life. So, I mean, it's probably going to slow him down just a little bit, but I think Thornhill's still going to try to find a way to get right back up there and, you know, make up as much ground as he possibly can.
I'll tell you what, Katie, sitting here watching this, we just got under 10 laps to go now. The 21 is absolutely dominated after the issue with Cole Cabre and Alex McCullum. He has just driven the wheels off that thing, driven perfectly. He's got himself a 5-second lead. Under 10 to go. Really no reason to push it.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely wouldn't get super over aggressive here, not with, you know, a substantial lead like that. I understand when you get into lap traffic, it's going to get a little bit racy, a little bit dicey, but, you know, me personally, I wouldn't push it very hard, you know, especially sitting almost 5.5 seconds in front of your 2nd place spot.
I'm currently taking a look here at our third place runner, Trevor Brownlee. Brandon Thornhill is still in the picture, but has about a 1.1 second gap between the two. With just 6 laps left, I don't really see much changing here as we kind of go through the field. Everybody's pretty separated with oh, actually there's a pretty good battle here. The 5th and 6th place of Russell Brown and Joey Lamb. There's just about a 3/10 difference, so there could be a change here for 5th and 6th.
Yeah, that's about the biggest battle on track we have right now.
And as soon as I said that, Brown must have cleared traffic or something, because he started to pull away now. He went from about 3/10 to about 3/4 of a second now. So 3 laps to go. Katie Dugas, take us home.
All right, looks like there was a decent little battle there going on between the Canadian Wonder Boy and Topper Dugas sitting back there, among our lap cars, but still Nathan Kassler just dominating this field tonight, taking way off, nearly 6 seconds ahead of our second place Jeremy Caprone. Looks like one more time around and he is going to be set to the checkers. Nathan Kassler coming in around in first. No competition there behind him from Jeremy Caprone. Trevor Brownlee sitting in third. Brandon Thornhill just won't be able to make up that time and still bring home fourth.
Kassler easily taking this one tonight. We'll start getting these guys ready for interviews. Katie, I'll let you continue to talk while I start setting that up.
All right, Nathan Kassler, your winner, followed by Jeremy Caprone, Trevor Brownlee, Brandon Thornhill, Russell Brown, Joey Lamb, AJ Cruz, Frank Gonzalez, Dylan Gones brings it home ninth. Topper Dugas sits in 10th. Trey Galgon in 11th. Timothy Bradburn sitting in 12th. And I believe that's going to round out our field.
Alrighty. Not sure if Nathan's gonna be able to get the interview in or not, but Nathan Kassler, this is Ron Klein up in the booth. You got a copy on us? I am showing your microphone mute. Oh, there we go. Nathan, you got us? Alright, we're gonna give Nathan a minute to try to get his equipment working. In the meantime, we're going to bring up our second place finisher of Jeremy Caprone, finishing in second place. Jeremy, is Ron Klein up in the booth. You got a copy?
We're due.
Alrighty. Katie, go ahead and take it away.
All right, sir. Well, we talked to you before. You weren't feeling too confident starting in 5th, but bringing home a second place win, that's sure to secure you still as our points leader. Take us through your race tonight a little bit.
Well, the update, man, that threw me for a loop. I've never seen Eldora like this before. And I had really no idea going up for the feature. I had no game plan whatsoever. I'm just going to go wherever there's an open space. And I've ended up going to the top there. And I tell you what, that was the most exhausting race I've ever been in.
I had mentioned that just a minute ago. I said, y'all have got to be tired after 60 laps of wheeling like that.
Oh, yeah, to run the top here. I mean, it's just a matter of like 6 inches is a difference between a 16.8 and a 17.0 or a 17.1. I mean, you got to be right on it. And obviously, I hit the wall quite a few times tonight, but that's to be expected, I guess.
Well, they do that at Eldora in real life, so no worries. Still, you're bringing it home in one piece, still with a second place finish. So are there any sponsors or anyone in particular you want to thank tonight?
Yeah, I got to thank Capered Screen Printing, iRacing, iFlag, Hanover Wrecking, BladeNode.com, E-Motors, Dirty Grass, Soul, TAC3, Team VLR, Team FTP, and you guys for putting this on in the Loose Lug Nuts League.
All right, sir. Well, congratulations again on your second place finish, and we will hope to see you back again next week.
All righty, thank you.
Alrighty, Jeremy Caprone, your second place finisher. We're going to bring on up Nathan Kassler and see if we got his equipment fixed. Nathan, Castler, you got a copy on us, sir?
Yes, I do.
Alrighty, Katie Dugas got a couple of words for you.
All right, sir. Well, you started in second, and after kind of a tale of unfortunate events, our leader drops off, which brings you to the front. And can I tell you, absolutely dominating this field tonight. Kind of walk us through what happened to get you to the podium.
Well, I was just kind of running the top there, and I saw Cole come up, and then for whatever reason, I don't know if he had a connection issue or whatever, I just saw him looked like he hit something, and then took out the guy that was right behind me too. I was like, oh, okay, and then just I don't know, the top just felt comfortable for me.
Now, Jeremy said something about the update. Did you notice a difference going into tonight's race versus, say, 2 days ago here at Eldora?
Yeah, the running through the circuit's definitely a lot slicker. You have to be a lot easier on the throwers before you can still kind of like hook the top of the track and just kind of keep your foot in it. Where now it's a little slicker, so you gotta be easy on the gas.
Well, sir, it seemed to work for you because you finished, nearly 6.5 seconds above our second place spot. So congratulations on that win. Are there any sponsors or anyone in particular you want to thank for your win tonight?
Yes, I'd like to thank all the guys at Mud Duck Racing here, doing a great job. TNA Hepner Trucking, the Jerky Dudes, Russell Brown Race Cars, Hanover Wreck Surface, Boardway and Wayne Restoration, Rails iRacing Photography, iRacing, iFlag, and I might be missing a few others, but without them, it's not possible.
All right, sir. Well, congratulations on your win here tonight, and we will hope to see you back again next Friday night at, I believe it's going to be USA.
I'll be there.
All right, big congratulations out there to our first place finisher, Nathan Castler, and we're going to bring on up our third place finisher of Trevor Brownlee. Go ahead and take it away, Katie.
Hey, Trevor, it's Katie up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yep.
All right. Well, starting in 8th, coming in 3rd. How's that one feel?
That feels good. It's been about a year and a half since I've been in any sort of league race, and just to be able to come out here and race with these guys and be somewhat competitive, it feels good for where we're at with the program.
Yeah, definitely. Now, we had spoke to our previous two about this. Did you notice a difference, since the update coming in tonight versus, like I said, say 2 days ago, running here at Eldora?
I don't turn too many laps actually. This is the first week after the build came out. I've actually turned laps, and like I said, a year and a half. So, from watching it, I know it was all top dominant, and there is a bottom somewhat now, which is awesome. But for me, I don't really notice too much of a difference because I never put in the laps on the older builds.
So tonight, did you run more midline, or were you more comfortable, say, towards the top side or bottom side?
I was actually comfortable on the bottom, but that wasn't the fast way around. I had to get up on the fence and beat it down a little bit there. So it is what it is. Whenever you come to Eldora, you never know where it's going to go.
Definitely. We're all still adjusting to this track rollover. And, like I said, you guys put on an amazing show tonight and, 3rd place finish for you. Are there any sponsors or anyone in particular you want to thank tonight?
Yeah, I've got to thank everybody over at Team VLR. Those guys have given me a place to race for the last couple years. I've grown into more of an admin role over there, so I don't get to race as much as I want to. TAC 3 Defense, Weaver Vision, iRacing, iFlag, Capron Screen Printing, Dirty Grass Soul, Schaefer's Oil. I think that's about it. I don't remember them all. We get too many of them.
All right, sir. Well, congratulations on your 3rd place finish, and we will hope to see you again next week at USA.
Thank you, guys.
There you go.
I'm right here, man. How y'all doing? I I was watching the heat races and everybody was running the bottom, and I knew the top was going to come in. So soon as we took off, I just said I'm gonna go straight up here and I'm just gonna start riding because I knew once it came in, it was gonna be crowded up there, and it worked out pretty good for me at the last 10 laps. My wrist started locking up when I injured from my motorcycle accident, and it was getting harder and harder to turn, so I started losing some ground. Yeah, I was pleased with it. I didn't know how well I was gonna do just getting over this flu. I know Wednesday night I was miserable. I couldn't wait for the race to be over, so I actually felt pretty good tonight. I had a lot of fun too.
Well, copy that. Before we let you go, I'll give you a chance to give any shout outs to any sponsors, fans, uh, anybody that you want to.
Just you guys, man. Thanks, Katie, for everything she does. This is a full time job for her. She puts a lot into it. So appreciate everything she does, and you too, Ron. And thank you for stepping up and broadcasting tonight, man. I appreciate that.
Not a problem. Anything for fellow racer and for the league. So, well, that's gonna wrap it up for us tonight. Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate it, and once again, congratulations on a almost podium finish.
Thank you, man.
Alrighty, and that was your fourth place finisher for the evening, Brandon Thornhill. I'm gonna run down your final results here real quick, Katie, and then we'll wrap it up after that. Your winner tonight, Nathan Kassler, finishing first, obviously. Second place, Jeremy Caprone. Third, Trevor Brownlee. Fourth, Brandon Thornhill. Fifth, Russell Brown Jr. Sixth, Joey Lamb. Seventh, AJ Cruz. Eighth, Frank Gonzalez. Ninth, Dylan Gonas. 10th, Topper Dugas. 11th, Trey Galgan, finishing 2 laps down. Timothy Bradburn, also 2 laps down. Alex McCollum and Cole Cabre, your final 2 finishers. And that is the results for tonight. Katie, it's been a pleasure spending the evening up here with you. Your final thoughts on the evening?
I got to thank all these guys for coming out and racing with us. I mean, they put on a good show for us, letting the track roll over. Like I said, it's kind of shaking things up a little bit. So it's given us a little bit different perspective on the broadcast. But, once again, everybody for showing up. We're going to wish Matt some get well wishes as he's battling some funk over there. But, thanks again for everybody who comes out every week. John for keeping this thing going, you for, maintaining it as well, and all of our admins and, guys who follow us week to week. Keep an eye on Facebook, always adding more stuff and shaking things up for sure.
Alrighty, folks, there you have it. Want to give a shout out to ASN. They are our normal broadcasters. Matt unfortunately fell ill this evening. Was able to step in and get it broadcasted for the folks, but definitely next week come check it out over there at ASN. Doing a fantastic job broadcasting. You can get to hear Matt Egan do his broadcast, and along with Katie Dugas. Again, it's been a pleasure tonight, Katie. I thought it was a great race. Unfortunate incident for a couple of drivers. I think maybe Cole probably had an issue and needed to get off track. Unfortunately, Alex McCollum getting kind of caught up in that. It might have been a different race had he not, but I thought it was a great race.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like I said, we go to USA next week, so we'll see how that shakes things up.
Alrighty, folks. Well, for all of us here at Exile Broadcasting and Loose Lug Nuts, we appreciate you tuning in. Unfortunately, there will not be any more broadcasts for the rest of the week. We are doing our preseason racing where we're not being broadcasted, so tune in next week right here Friday night for actually I believe Wednesday night as well. Is that correct, Kitty?
Yes, sir. For the Misfit Mods, as the UMPs are going to USA as well.
All right, so Misfit Mods on Wednesday, back here for the American Thunder SLM series on Friday. You can catch both those at ASN. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in.